Arsenal won, Crystal Palace won, and Arsenal booked their place in the Carabao Cup Semi-Final. See you soon, Chelsea. Because there were a lot of Chelsea fans in my comments saying, Chelsea versus Palace already confirmed. Well, guess what? We're going to come see you at the bridge. Then we're going to right our wrongs of what we should have done in the Premier League when you lot went down to 10 men and we should have beat you. But we was playing poor. We was in a poor vein of form. But now you're going to meet us in the semi-final and we're going to see who is the biggest club in London. Even though I already know it's Arsenal. So I don't even know why I'm entertaining that. But we're just going to settle it this season. Because Arsenal are going to do big things this season. But let's talk about the game. And before we even talk about the game, make sure you subscribe to RASENAL TV and smash the like button right now, people. I am about 70 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. So can you help me get there before the new year? Smash the subscriber button if you're happy we're in the semi-final right now. Smash the subscriber button if you're happy that we are top of the league at Christmas. Smash the subscriber button if you are happy that we are top of the league in the Champions League at Christmas. Life is good as an Arsenal fan right now. We haven't won anything yet, but we are on our way and we're going to win something this season. And how perfect would it be if Arsenal start the year by winning a Carabao Cup in March? How nice would that be? And then that spurs us on for the rest of the season to go and win the big things like the Premier League, maybe even a Champions League as well. Because now that we've got players coming back from injury, which is nice to see, Gabriel Jesus had a strong performance tonight. Do you know what I'm saying? We know that Kai Havertz is going to be back soon. We know that Gabriel's going to be back soon. Once we have a full complement of players, this team can compete on all fronts. And the League Cup is the first thing up. One person I want to talk about tonight that had a very good game, Gabriel Martinelli, was cooking tonight. Cooking his fullback on toast. Do you know what I'm saying? Had Campbell on his back side. Do you know what I'm saying? The man was sending in crosses for Madueke, sending in crosses for Timber. Timber headed over the bar. Madueke didn't finish his dinner. Their keeper, Walter Benitez, was good tonight for Palace. I will say that. Walter Benitez was very good in goal. Made about 3 saves from Madueke. I remember, the one in the first half, Madueke's first chance, straight at the keeper, slot it either side of the keeper. We go 1-0 up in the first 10 minutes or so, first 5-10 minutes, and we're probably the match reaction isn't like this. We don't need to be as stressed, but he didn't take his chances. Then there was one time where I can't remember who played him through, but Madueke was in the penalty box again, tries to clip it over. Walter Benitez saves with his arm. Then there was a point back save in the box again from Walter Benitez. Walter Benitez had a big save from Gabriel Jesus as well. We were cooking in that first half. The only thing we didn't do was score, and that was the most frustrating thing, that we didn't score, because we deserved goals in that first half from the performance that we had, from Martinelli, from putting in all that work. We were nervous. We were scared. We were a little bit scared when Martinelli went down and he was limping badly towards the end of that first half, but he came back out. So that's a good sign. And hopefully he isn't injured and he'll be fit and available for Brighton coming up at the weekend. But we go into halftime 0-0 and it's frustration station because we've done everything perfect, but not score. And then the first 5 minutes, for about the first 15 minutes of the second half, Arsenal were kind of sloppy. First 5 minutes, Skelly giving away the ball, Palace putting on pressure. Palace stepped up a few yards as well. I'm pretty sure Glasner gave them a hairdryer treatment in that changing room. Because to be fair to Palace, right? They've had a lot of games in the last few days. They've had a lot of games in the last couple of weeks. They've hardly been able to rotate their squad. So the fact that they came out in the second half and put it on us, I thought Crystal Palace were looking tired towards the end of the first half, out of ideas and ready there for the taking to get beat. I thought it was going to come out straight out the blocks out the second half. It didn't happen. And Crystal Palace actually gave us problems. And we scored from our own goal. Again, set piece, Saka in the box, pinball in the... Actually, no, before I even get to the goal, right? There was a moment where Crystal Palace almost scored and it was sent in. It wasn't sent in by Wharton. It was sent in by someone else. And I can't remember their player that had a shot, but they had a shot on the edge of it. I think Will Hughes kept it in. Kepa parries it out. And then it's a pinball in the box. And then Trossard brings it out. And then we have that beautiful counter-attack. It's into Trossard, into Odegaard, maybe into Jesus as well, into Trossard again. And it ends up on the left-hand side. And Trossard sends it to Jesus again. And who shoots. And Walter Benitez sends it over the bar. And then that's where we get our corner from Saka. Sends it in the box. You think it's Saliba that scored, but it's Lacroix that scored. And Arsenal go 1-0 up. And you're thinking, that's it. I'm thinking, that's it. No penalty shootout. We're going to go through, maybe get a couple of more goals or two. Saka and Odegaard came on at this point, as I said. He brought on Declan Rice. He brought on... I can't remember who else he brought on. He didn't bring on Gyökeres. I can't remember. It's not in my brain right now. But I'm not going to dwell on it. Because the main thing is that we went through. But we conceded again late. In the 94th minute this time. Now... people may complain like, what? Where did 9 minutes come from? The man was down injured. Foot was bleeding. Could have been a stress fracture where, like, I don't know, bones come through the skin. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm speculating. The only reason why I say that is because I literally saw that the other day. Someone on the court, on the basketball court around my area, literally had a stress fracture the other day where the skins come through the bone. Potentially could have been that, but he still had his sock on. So maybe he just felt awkwardly. But the player was down for a long time. 9 minutes added on. But the point is we conceded again late. We're making this a trend and it's not good. I don't like it. We got through, but I do not like it. So we need to stop that. That can't happen against Brighton. That can't happen against Villa coming up. Can't happen at all. But then penalty shootout and I'm stressed and I'm thinking, oh, this guy, Walter Benitez, has had a brilliant game. Is it just going to come to an end now? Are we just going to go out now? But no. As I said, 8-7 on the penalties. All the penalties were good, apart from the last one. And it was Lacroix again. And people were telling me on the TikTok live I did that Lacroix was man of the match for Arsenal today. I feel like that's nasty work. Nasty work. Nasty work. But we got the win. Kepa saves the penalty. And we go through. And it's Chelsea. See you soon. See you soon at the bridge, Chelsea. Arsenal fans, before I even get on to Chelsea very briefly, who was your man of the match today? Because some people saying that wasn't a main man of the match today. I think, I haven't even said it, but Norgard played well today. I like the way Norgard was playing today. And I feel like Arteta should absolutely trust him more. Because going forward, he was good. He was winning balls in the midfield from what I remember as well. Progressing the ball as well. He was good in midfield today. Obviously not the level of like a Zubimendi, but Norgard is better than I think what Arteta gives him credit for. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section down below. But people, as I said, it's on to Chelsea in the Carabao Cup Semi-Final. And I'm confident. I think we beat Chelsea over 2 legs and we get to the final. We have to. We got to the semi-final last year. We got dealt with by Newcastle. We're not getting dealt with by Chelsea. We do not need that. We have the squad big enough and good enough to get it done. And by about mid-January, we could see, obviously, Gabriel should be fit and firing by then, of course, because he could be back on the weekend. Havertz could have a run of games before then, obviously, coming up to Chelsea. Jesus is going to have a run of games. Hopefully, will we see Mosquera back? I'm not sure. But Mosquera will be close to being back by then as well. So it's looking nice. Top of the league at Christmas, top of the Champions League, semi-final on the horizon. Life is good as an Arsenal fan right now. So people, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you for being here with me on RASENAL TV today. We are through to the semi-final and we can be happy. And now it's on to Brighton. Love and guidance, people. Peace.